Welcome to This Explainer. I'm so thrilled you're here. Today, we're tackling something that literally almost everyone in California has to deal with at some point. It's something that often feels, well, unnecessarily complicated. You guessed it, navigating the DMV. But hey, don't worry. We're going to transform what might seem like this massive, daunting bureaucratic chore into a totally easy-to-follow mission. Getting your California state ID doesn't have to be a headache, I promise, as long as you know exactly what to expect and how to prep. Okay, let's dive into this and demystify the whole California state ID process from start to finish.
To keep us on track, here's our quick game plan for today's explainer. 1. Why get a state ID? 2. Standard versus real ID. 3. Prep before you step. And 4. The DMV visit and beyond. All right, Section 1. Why get a state ID? So, at its most basic level, what is this thing? Well, a California state ID is an official photo identification card issued directly by the California DMV. Its primary job is incredibly straightforward. It proves your identity and it proves your age. Now, this is absolutely crucial. While it might look almost identical to a standard driver's license in its size and overall design, it strictly does not permit you to drive a vehicle. No way, no how. It is purely for identification. So, that brings us to the obvious question, right? Who actually needs a California state ID? I mean, if you already have a driver's license, you're probably wondering if this even applies to you. Let's look at who really benefits the most from this specific piece of government documentation. The prime candidates for this ID make up a really diverse group. We're talking about non-drivers who rely on public transit or just walking around town. It's for students who need official proof of age, seniors who maybe decided they're just no longer driving, and totally new residents to California who need to establish their local identity. And this brilliantly illustrates just how wide the net is here. Essentially, anyone needing reliable government-issued photo ID in their daily life is going to find this card absolutely indispensable. It's literally your key to proving who you are. Moving right along to Section 2, Standard versus Real ID. Here's where you've got a really important choice to make. You essentially have two distinct options, the Standard ID and the Real ID. A Standard ID is fantastic for everyday local use, but, and this is a big but, it cannot be used for federal identification purposes. On the flip side, the Real ID has a much higher level of federal clearance. So, the absolute crucial point is this. If you ever plan to board a domestic flight within the U.S. or enter a secure federal facility, you absolutely must choose the Real ID path. Trust me, it's so much better to think about your future travel plans now to save yourself a massive headache at TSA later on. Okay, Section 3, Prep before you step. Now, what's really interesting about how this works is that the DMV requirements are broken down into 3 super clear buckets, and you just need to provide proof for each one. First up is proof of identity. This could be a U.S. passport, a birth certificate, or a green card. Next is your social security number, which you can prove with a social security card, a W-2, or even a pay stub that actually shows the number. And third is proof of California residency. Think a utility bill, a bank statement, or a rental agreement. Your only job at home is to just pick your documents from these distinct categories. Oh, and one quick thing, actually, it's a huge thing. These must be your original documents, no photocopies allowed. I want to pause for a second and put a massive spotlight on the number 2. Why? Well, because this is a super common pitfall. If you decided to go down the Real ID path we just talked about, you absolutely must bring 2 documents proving your California residency. Not 1, 2. So you might bring, say, a utility bill and a bank statement. Please double check this before you walk out your front door. It will 100% save you the frustration of having to turn right back around. All right, once your physical documents are safely tucked away in a folder, your prep work shifts to the digital world. You're going to want to knock out the required application before you ever even set foot in a DMV office. Step 1, just head over to the official California DMV website. Step 2, track down and complete the driver's license or ID card application online. And Step 3, you'll simply punch in your basic info, your full name, date of birth, address, social security number, and your contact info. Getting this done online is a total game changer. It speeds up your in-person processing incredibly. And hey, while you're already hanging out on the DMV website, do yourself the biggest favor of this entire process. Schedule an appointment. Now, yes, the DMV technically accepts walk-ins, and sure, you will eventually be seen, but booking ahead is highly, highly recommended. Think of an appointment like a VIP Fast Pass. It lets you bypass those legendary, kind of soul-crushing DMV wait times and saves you a tremendous amount of stars. And that brings us to Section 4, the DMV visit and beyond. Let's move to the actual visit and see how this all builds together. At the DMV office, this part is basically just a quick checklist.
When they finally call your number, you'll first hand over all those original documents you carefully gathered. Next, the clerk is going to verify your identity and confirm your social security number. Then, you'll give them a thumbprint for their secure records. After that, it's time to smile and, hope for the best, because you'll take your official ID photo. And finally, you'll just provide your signature to lock the whole application in. The whole shebang is just 5 simple steps at the counter. Easy, right?
Just before you wrap things up at the counter, there is the matter of the application fee. The DMV does charge a fee for most ID card applications, which you're just going to pay right there. However, it's definitely worth looking into because, depending on your specific circumstances, you might actually qualify for a reduced fee ID. And hey, some applicants even qualify for absolutely no fee ID cards, which is pretty great. So let's map out exactly what happens next, so you know exactly what to expect. On day 1, that's the day of your DMV visit, you are going to leave the office with a temporary paper receipt. Do not lose this piece of paper. Keep that temporary receipt totally safe because it acts as your official proof of processing. Then the waiting game begins. The processing time usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks. The grand finale of our journey happens when you open your mailbox and your brand new official California state ID is just waiting there for you. And just like that, you've conquered the process. When you really break it down, all that bureaucracy is just a stepping stone. It's a brief hurdle to cross. Because ultimately, having reliable identity unlocks access to so many amazing parts of daily life. Everything from easily opening a new bank account to boarding domestic flights if you got that real ID. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. Once you have that official card in your hand, where will your new California state ID take you first? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy travels.